welcome to the 118th commencement of Norwalk High School with PTEC. So at this time, please stand. We will have the national anthem sung by Eric Morales.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. We will now hear from the salutatorian of PTEC, Pangza Tejasanant.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to our class, Norwalk High's class of 2020. Phew, our 4 years together definitely did not end as all of us would have wished. However, many years of demanding but ultimately fulfilling adulthood are on the horizon. Life comes at us quickly, and for some of us, we are trading out the green and white for exciting new colors this fall. This is another transition, just as it was at the very beginning of our high school careers. Adaptation, whether to the current health crisis or to greater responsibilities, has been our reality, but also our greatest strength. While the world is a much different one than the one we thought we were inheriting back in our freshman year, I, for one, am excited to see the future we build and pass on to those who follow us. The last 4 years, especially the last months marred by COVID, should fill us with the confidence that we will be able to climb any summit put onto us. It should be no surprise that we are ready for the challenges of this world. We grew into adults in a time where many of our parents lost their jobs when we first headed off to school. While unity in our childhood country had not been its forte, that did not stop us from coming together to win championships in the arts and athletics. As Booker T. Washington said, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. This global pandemic has made this invisible backpack, our reliance on each other, painfully apparent. Yet the pandemic has spurred us to pursue our own goals with more spirit, not less. That spirit is infectious and feeds off each of us sitting here today. It is a fondness for adventure and achievement which we cannot let the world take from us. I'd like to address the reason I am standing on stage at our graduation, PTEC. I do not know where to begin because I don't know where I would ever finish. Imagining ourselves that day, when stranded on a bus together, we were thrown into our first adverse situation. With 4 years of experience after this moment, I am sure we are aware of the silver lining that arose. We took our first steps into the circle of friendships we have today. I take away our memories, whose number and our unorthodoxy will never be replicated. One that stands out like the shiniest jewel in a jewelry store was our chance to work at IBM last summer. The recognition we felt swiping our ID badges or eating lunch at a table across from who we knew were IBM executives was a brief glimpse into our bright futures. For the first time, we represented PTEC in the workforce, and it filled us with a feeling of pride we all felt by being part of a special program. Our administration set us up for success by challenging us at Norwalk Community College. The knowledge we learned about our limits, but most importantly, our capabilities, was invaluable. It's with a heavy heart we must say goodbye to our musicals, to our team dinners, to our family, Norwalk High family writ large. I think it appropriate to mention a moment from freshman orientation that especially rings true. A staff member told us eager freshmen in the bleachers to cherish the next 4 years because they passed too quickly to not. So as we sit here for the last time as a class, hearken back to the first time we assembled as a class. Did you cherish the last 4 years, and what have you learned? We must remember how much we have grown and how we now must hop from the last stop on our childhood, today, and never look back. We are now the ones driving our own lives. As Darth Vader so eloquently said, I was but the learner, now I am the master. Thank you.
Thank you, Pongza. Now we'll hear from our senior class president, Jamal Boyd.
Good morning, Norwalk High School. I am proud to be the Norwalk High class president of the class of 2020. And I'm very proud to announce our gift to the graduates. This year we have bought 4 backdrops for Norwalk High. Not only will they be used at every other graduation, but all events at Norwalk High. I am proud and happy of everybody in the crowd, on the field with me today, and I cannot wait to see the backdrops used at every other event in future Norwalk High. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal. By the way, graduates, the water next to your seat is yours because it's hot. All right, Bridget Arquat from P-Tech.
Our high school has been the home of our future for the past 4 years. We entered believing that the dreams we began with would be the ones we'd finish. Now, as the world faces a global pandemic and the coronavirus tears through our year, our dreams, and our future, we must find the power to embrace the unexpected. Because the beauty in our dream is that the more it becomes threatened, the more we will fight to build it up. Good morning, fellow P-Tech Norwalk and NHS family, and thank you to the parents, friends, teachers, staff members, mentors, and administrators who have helped to nurture and defend each and every one of our dreams. An articulate expression attributed to APJ Abdul Kalam, former president of India, speaks well to our ability to survive over the past 4 years. When it rains, most birds head for shelter. The eagle is the only bird which, in order to avoid the rain, will fly above the clouds. Each time the unexpected greeted us throughout these 4 years, we learned to fly to higher ground. A couple of years ago, we learned that the spring fling was canceled, so we let our enthusiasm pass and returned our tickets. Many of us fought to have it back, but I assumed there would be another day to dance. A couple of months ago, we learned that our senior prom was canceled, so we hung up our dresses and returned our tuxes. Some of us danced, but I assumed there would be another day to celebrate. A couple of weeks ago, I learned that I wouldn't be able to attend my graduation because I'd be off at college. But as the coronavirus continues to cancel our plans for the future, an opportunity opened up. I wouldn't be standing here if the coronavirus didn't get in the way. And that's when we must ask ourselves, did the roadblock really stop us, or did it open up a new path? The pandemic has come to be the most devastating experience of our lifetime, but it also has the opportunity to be the most unifying. Our class has missed out on almost every opportunity to celebrate over the past 4 years. But today will be a day reserved for celebration, for laughter, applause, tears, and congratulations. Thank you, P-Tech Norwalk and NHS, for not just teaching us how to fly high above the clouds, but how to enjoy the view.
Thank you, Bridget. And now for the Norwalk High School salutatorian, Abigail Liu.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to congratulate my fellow students on graduating because, delayed or not, it is an incredible achievement. I think it's safe to say our senior year did not go as planned. However, regardless of the obstacles and disruptions that we faced, we managed to make it here today. I would also like to thank the families and staff who pushed and encouraged us throughout our time both in and out of school. I think that Norwalk High did an amazing job at handling the unexpected pandemic and providing materials and internet access to its students. As negative as it sounds, sometimes life isn't so great. Maybe you lose your job, maybe the fire alarm goes off for the millionth time, maybe you're a Mets fan, or maybe the world is hit by a global pandemic. Whether it's big or small, bad things will inevitably happen throughout your lifetime. And while we may not have control over what happens in life, we do have control over how we react to these things. You can choose to be upset, or you can choose to make the most of it, which I think we've done a pretty good job of doing. While it may sound cheesy and cliche, today is more about the beginning of the rest of our lives rather than the end of our time in high school. Regardless of the choice you've made, whether it be a gap year, going straight into working, heading off to college, or if you're still deciding, you should be incredibly proud of yourselves. Go out there and enjoy your life and the amazing things to come. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Abigail. The only thing I would say that hasn't been said is that this class has been one of the most resilient classes we've ever had. You've taken lemons and you've made lemonade, as they say. Your resilience and your creativity and your passion for life have not gone unnoticed. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be your principal these last 4 years, and I wish you much success. And now, we will have what you've been waiting for. So our counselor, Mr. Serace, will come forward, as well as Dr. Sullivan. So Mr. Serace will stand at this microphone, and he will announce the names. Dr. Sullivan will show you where to go. You'll come on stage. You'll take your own diploma. The diploma is in the cover already. And then you'll stand on this X, and I'll stand on that X, and you'll have your photo taken. And then you return to your seat. Okay, so now, Mr. Serace, we'll start with this side here.
Robert Robinson. Ryan Helwig. Elise Christina Renee Allum. Claudia Uva. Michaela Miller. Kimberly Jane Hatch. Jessica Leshtedai. Miles Russell. Jack Caputo. Olivia Caputo. Eric Garrido. Pramita Subedi. Ariana Contreras. Rosara Garcia. Catherine Ortiz. Isabella Sifkin. Samantha Avalos. Elizabeth Garcia. Natalia Roman. Kelsey Partita. Eric Morales. Ryan Duff. Tyler Capadona. Tristan Hong. Trevor Anderson. Andrew David Perret. Ryan Whitney. Oliver Aguilar. Julian Manduhano. Jari Herrera. Mark Antonio Cece. Victor Yanis. Asia Senna. Landon Heatley. Michael Katabi. Paul Lee. Emily Kaplan. Shannon Nasushin. Simran Lamba. Adriana Alfisi.
Hangza Tejasanant. Abigail Liu. Okay, you can turn your tassels from the right to the left. So having met all the requirements of the Connecticut State and the Norwalk Board of Education, congratulations, class of 2020.